beginner's guide on how to ranch rope. Today we're going to talk about feeding rope. If you dally on mule hide, you're going to need to know how to do this. If you dally on rubber, not so much, but watch the video anyway because you might swap to mule hide once you figure out how awesome it is. Today's video is brought to you by James 4:13 through 17. Now listen, you who say today or tomorrow we will go to this or that city, spend a year there, carry on business and make money. Why? You do not even know what will happen tomorrow. What is your life? You are a mist that appears for a little while and then vanishes. Instead, you ought to say, if it is the Lord's will, we will live and do this or that. As it is, you boast in your arrogant schemes. All such boasting is evil. If anyone then knows the good they ought to do and doesn't do it, it is a sin for them. So, if I take this, the whole idea here, if I hand this to Justin and he leaves, is I want to be able, go ahead Justin, I want to be able to slide rope around that horn, right? Now this is for a couple of different reasons. Reason number one is to slow the calf down nice and easy. Reason number two is to keep my horse's feet free. I don't want my horse taking a big jerk every time I gotta stop something. So there's a couple of principles to feeding rope. Number one, whether you're on rubber or mule hide, and I touched on this in the dally video, but either way, you're gonna wanna be able to let rope feed out of your hand. You want this to be almost an open eyelet for that rope to run through. If I grab it and I try to pull him to my horn, that's not gonna work out for you, I promise. Wisdom is the wise application of failure. You'll probably only do it once because all the skin on that hand's gonna be gone, son. So we wanna let it feed here. That's feed number one. Feed number two is our ability to let it feed around the horn, okay? Now Justin is pretty light as compared to a cow. So he's not pulling really hard, but this can get really, really fast. So you do want it to be kind of second nature to be able to get to the horn. But you can use this rope feeding, and you'll see us do it in all the videos. When my horse turns, right, I'm gonna feed rope. When I'm stopping the calf, I'm gonna feed rope. If my horse is a little out of position and the cow's off to my left, I'm gonna feed rope so my horse doesn't get jerked around. It gives you a lot of time to put yourself in a good position, but you need to remember to always let it feed through your hand. Another kind of tip I got for you is if you stop your calf back here like we talked about in the dally video, and you need to take another wrap or back your horse up or whatever, if you back your horse up while feeding rope and you're gonna take another wrap, I'm gonna let my hand drift. I'm gonna hold the rope tight. Go ahead, Justin. I'm gonna let my hand drift to the horn, and then I'm just gonna wrap it around there, okay? What you don't wanna do is go from way back here and try to wrap. You see all that slop I'm putting in my rope? Like that. Y'all see that? That looseness? We don't want that. So what we want is if Justin leaves, I want my hand to drift to the horn, boop, and take another wrap. Does that make sense? And that's when I'm gonna let it feed out of my hand in order to get all of my dallies stacked on. But feeding rope is kind of an art. It takes a lot of practice. Over at 310edu.com, the video I use to teach people how to feed rope is me playing tug of war with my dog. It's an incredible way to learn how to do this stuff. You take your dog, you call them to you, you give them the end of the rope, and then send them, and when they leave, you practice dallying, feeding rope, let them fight it, call them to you, coil it up, all the rope management things. It's a great way to practice. So take your dog out there, play with your dog. If you don't have a dog, take your kid. If you don't have a kid, use your wife. Just ignore the complaining if it's hot. Guys, if you like content like this, you need to check out 310edu.com. Use code YouTube50 to get 50% off your entire first month.